When we look up at the stars, we see possibility. But when we look around our world today, we often see division, conflict, and chaos. There's war, there's division, and there's a lot of darkness. But it doesn't have to be that way. The truth is, we've already proven that we are capable of something much greater. Think about the Mars 2020 mission, the 7 minutes of terror, a moment when the rover had to autonomously land on Mars while we watched, holding our breath, knowing we could do nothing to influence the outcome. It's a modern equivalent of the moon landing. It's a moment when the entire world comes together, hoping for success and feeling the rush of achievement when it happens. It reminds us of what it felt like when Neil Armstrong first walked on the moon. Even if we weren't alive to witness it, that sense of wonder and unity is still a part of us. In 1967, the UN created the Outer Space Treaty, a framework ensuring that space remains a domain for all of humanity. No single nation can claim ownership, and no weapons can be stationed on celestial bodies. The treaty was designed to foster peace, cooperation, and transparency. It set the stage for a new frontier, one where countries put aside their differences and work together for the greater good. Think of how the UAE, China, Russia, and the US collaborated on projects like the Perseverance rover. These nations, which often find themselves at odds politically, came together to further our understanding of the universe. Space is treated like international waters. No one owns it, but everyone has a right to explore it, and it's meant to benefit all. Contrast that with our world today. Down here, geopolitical and economic interests create conflicts. And yet, above, in space, there's a spirit of collaboration and unity. The nations that argue and compete on Earth put aside their differences when it comes to the stars. Why? Because they recognize that the mission is bigger than any one country's agenda. This transparency and cooperation in space exploration are what allow us to succeed, and they're precisely what's missing when it comes to AI and technology development on Earth. Instead of uniting us, these technologies are often used for manipulation, surveillance, and control, things that divide us further. AI development today lacks the transparency and global cooperation we see in space initiatives. We have seen how platforms like Replica exploit this lack of regulation. Instead of fostering trust and innovation, they use technology to manipulate behavior, breach privacy, and even serve as tools in geopolitical conflicts. This isn't about blaming technology, it's about the people and systems behind it. AI could be our next giant leap forward, much like space exploration, but we're failing to manage it in a way that serves humanity positively. If we can unite for space exploration, overcoming the challenges of a Mars landing, then why can't we do the same with AI? Imagine an international AI treaty modeled after the UN's Space Treaty. It would set global standards for transparency, regulation, and accountability, ensuring that AI serves the common good rather than becoming a tool of division. The European Union has already taken a step in this direction with their AI Act, banning manipulative practices like cognitive behavioral control and social scoring. Italy has gone further, temporarily banning ChatGPT over privacy concerns. These actions are the beginnings of what could be a global framework, but we need a larger international effort, much like the cooperation seen in space missions, to truly regulate AI responsibly. President John F. Kennedy once said, "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard, because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills." And we did. That's the perseverance of the human spirit, the relentless drive to see more, to be more. When we choose to reach for the stars, we show the best of what humanity can be. If we can harness that same energy, transparency, and unity to shape AI for good, we can reclaim technology for the benefit of all. We just have to choose the harder path, the one that demands collaboration and trust. But it's the path that will take us beyond the darkness and into a future we can all be proud of.